Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your co-host, Coach Ken Canion, a.k.a. the doctor, a.k.a. the professor, a.k.a. your guy.
I thought you was going to say, yo, daddy.
Okay.
Hello. And thank you guys for joining us on another Thursday evening. We are so happy to have you here. As Ken says, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. And for that, we are grateful. How you doing, handsome?
I'm doing well, beautiful. How are you?
I'm fantastic and improving.
You know what? I don't even know where we're going with this, but I will say this much right here. Mm-hmm. I got to give you your props, though, in front of everybody.
Okay.
You've been in that gym grinding.
Oh.
Me and you've been working out together, and do you notice two things have not happened? Mm-hmm. One, you have not complained one day. Now,
That's very odd.
You used to complain about everything, how hard it was, how the weight too heavy. But now you just grind, sweating, got your music on. I mean, you just perspiring. Long as you don't perspire, in your butt. You know how sometimes you ever see women in the gym, they have on the wrong kind, and they have that dog spot, that crack.
That's how I know that you get asthmatized.
No, I don't think everybody
of all
seen
the
that.
things that happen to women in the gym, you notice the dark spot down the crack.
You try to tell me you ain't never seen it. Have you ever seen it? Hold on. Have you ever seen it?
I didn't notice that it was a dark spot.
I'm trying to sweat.
I mean, but
sweat
I
is
just don't
dark.
be ass. I mean,
Oh, I got a cramp. I swear I got a cramp.
That's how you know God is looking out for me.
But the second thing is, number one, you haven't complained.
Yes.
And the second thing is, you pretty much get up every morning at 5:30, and we in that joint grinding.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
congratulations.
Some
and I can
mornings
tell
I stay.
you're looking beautiful, fantastic, and I just wanted to say you're inspiring.
I was in the shower and I was doing a body check. You know how women, we have to check.
Yeah, everybody check their body. Okay.
And so I was doing a body check and I felt a knot and I got really, really nervous. You remember? And I came to you and it was my collarbone. I hadn't felt it in so long. I thought I was like, what? Kenny, I got a growth. Can you? He was like,
yes, I remember. I'm like, fool, that's your collarbone.
What is this?
All right, y'all. Y'all, listen. First off, we want to say thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
This show, before I tell you who it's sponsored by, I want you to, for those of you watching, hey, I'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, all right? And click the notification bell so that you will be notified when we drop another video. We're up close to 210,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
It's been great. We are doing great. We thank all of you, each and every one of you who watch us on a weekly basis. All right. Now, this show is sponsored by the Pocket Communication Coach. It is the one tool that tells you what to say when you need to say it. I just created that. It's the one tool that tells you what to say when you need to say it. Hey, can you write that down, anybody? All right. We got to record it. Okay. I mean, we record all our videos. Even though they live, we record them too. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. So
I love him.
last week's episode was a great episode.
It was good.
So we
really,
appreciate
really good.
y'all.
Yes.
The
We
response was
appreciate
great.
the feedback. Yes. That kind of came out kind of country.
Say it again.
I don't even know if I can say that again like that.
The feed bike. Did you say feed bike?
But thank you guys so much for engaging in conversation.
Every single week they engage.
Yes.
And some
We
of the times they
appreciate
don't agree with what I have to say. But then you know. But you know what though?
Me.
Keep watching though, whether you agree or not. So what you got for us this
So
week?
today I have a letter. It's a different letter. And so
It's a different letter.
it's a different letter. So we're going to see.
Okay. Look at my face.
We're going to see. Dear Coach Ken, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out because I've been reflecting on my relationship and I'm seeking some guidance and insight. My boyfriend and I are navigating the ups and downs of getting to know each other on a deeper level. We have shared some beautiful moments, faced challenges, and we are committed to growing both individually and together. One thing that I've noticed and I admire is how kind and respectful he is to his mother. He's very attentive, supportive, and gives her and goes out of his way to make her feel loved. My question is, if a man is good to his mother, does that make him a good mate? I understand our relationships are different, and the love for a parent is different than a love for than a romantic relationship. Still, I wonder if this kind of care and respect is a strong indicator of how he might treat a partner. I value your thoughts and your opinions. Your opinion. Please share your thoughts.
I'm writing something down.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
that's the reason why I'm hesitating.
Okay.
Because that okay. Yeah. So let me say this to you. A lot of people make the assessment that if a man is good to his mama, that he gonna be good to you. Okay. And so let me start this conversation off with not necessarily. The answer is don't make that assumption.
Okay.
Because number one, those are two different types of relationships. And those are two different types of obligation. Okay, so if you think about it, from a man's perspective, if he has a good relationship with his mama, okay, with his mother, all right, the bond with his mother is a maternal bond. Notice I say a maternal bond, okay? And so this is where a lot of women look at how he treats his mother. If you want a maternal bond, then you look at how he treats his mother. Ooh. Notice what I'm saying. Ooh. If you want to be his mama, if you want to act like his mother, tell him what to do, if you want to chaperone him, get approval, all of those things, sure, look at that relationship. Now, if you look at that relationship in context and determine, okay, how he treats his mother will be how he treats another woman, that's not a good example. Because the bond, the maternal relationship is different than the relationship you have.
I would think something totally different. Story time. So
Story time.
I watched you care for your mom in a way that I'd never seen a man care for a woman. And that was one of the things that made me know that you were going to be a great man. For that was one of the factors. That was like the biggest turn on for me. That was the biggest. Like, I think I fell deeper in love with you watching you care for your mom, and I don't know. I would disagree because maybe that came from your father.
I just wrote that down.
Maybe that came from your dad.
I just wrote it down.
Because the way that you cared for her is how you care for me.
See, I just wrote that down.
Again, that
didn't come from my mother. See,
that's
good. That's the misconception. That me caring for my mother because of our maternal bond was one thing, but the way you saw me care for my mother when she had her stroke, had that aneurysm, that came from my father.
Wow.
Because my father taught me how to care for a wife. Okay. And what I did was mimic my father. And so when my father would curl my mama's hair, when he would sit up all night, and he didn't know how to curl, and he would ask his sister, "Come teach me how to curl Will's hair." My mama's there. How to curl her hair, and my aunts would come teach him, and then he said so he could do it himself, so he could roll her hair himself. All right.
I remember he did her makeup one time because she wore makeup.
Yeah.
And he wanted
She
her
wanted to be. She wanted to be
he wanted
sharp
to have
going
the
to church.
same
Woo, she wanted to
quality
be
of
right.
life that she had before the
Yes.
stroke. So he did her makeup, and she went to church, and somebody laughed at her. Did you know that?
No.
Somebody laughed at her, and he got so upset that he went that week to the MAC counter and learned how to apply makeup. And he did her makeup.
I knew he
learned-
did the makeup, but I didn't know that story.
Yep. Somebody laughed at her at church, and he was distraught. It hurt him so bad
I know that.
that he went to a MAC counter, and somebody
He
taught
went to a
him-
MAC counter.
He went to a MAC counter, and somebody taught him to do makeup.
I mean, just this is off script. That's why I love you the way that I love you. Because that man showed me what it was like to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
And see, people have this false representation of what a man is. Oh, you tough. You tough and you rough. But the thing is, a man is not only tough, but a man is compassionate. A man is willing to evolve. A man is willing to learn. A man is willing to become anything that his family needs, anything that his wife needs. I didn't know that story, but that makes me, I've always respected my father, but that makes me respect him even more so. I didn't know somebody laughed at her. I didn't know. I mean, I'm getting kind of choked up because I realized that the man that I have become is a large part due to who he has shown me how to be. He's modeled for me. And so, I mean, wow. So getting back to your original question, I mean, that was, I don't want to start crying because they'd be like, yo, but the thing is, I do want to say this, that didn't come from my mother. That came from my father. And so when a person thinks that, this is a good question. This is a super good letter. The reason why it is a misnomer that the way a man treats his mother, he's going to treat you. That's not true all the time. Because you can look at a man, he might treat his mother good, but that don't mean he may not treat you he might treat you like shit.
Audience, what do you think? What are your thoughts? I had it all wrong. I thought that the way that a man treated a woman his mother was how he was going to treat his significant other or his spouse. But I'm finding that part comes from the male, from the father figure or the father. So what are your thoughts, audience? What advice would you give her? She didn't leave a name. What advice would you give her in this? So Kenny, so we can say that could be a determining factor of, or that can add to your feelings for him.
Right.
But not necessarily, that's not a determining factor.
So the question is,
So I'll ask you this right here.
Go ahead.
So we said that yours came from your dad. So what if a man doesn't have a father figure or a dad in his life?
So they're two different things.
What if he doesn't have a dad?
Then does he have a father figure? You see, what we misconstrue a lot of times is that your biological father is the one, because the biological father is the one who is supposed to be responsible for your growth, responsible for teaching you how to be a man. But what if he was never taught? What if what if he got a lot of trauma? What if nobody ever taught him? It's kind of like all the time when I tell Noah, our grandson, and I use the example when I'm teaching Brittany, my daughter, and I'm trying to make a point, and I say, hey, Noah, go get my keys, take my truck and go up to the store. And y'all look at me like I'm crazy. Well, right, it's the same thing. Noah is not equipped to take my keys and go up to the store. Number one, he's never been taught. Number two, where he is in his development, he's not equipped to do those kinds of things. Now, a lot of men are grown in their body. They are grown men in age, but emotionally and mentally, they are not equipped to love you like you want to be loved. And that's why many women need to walk away. If the man, but there is one caveat. You don't walk away from a man that is willing to grow, that is willing to learn. If they don't have a father, see, nowadays, you can find a father figure. You can find, there are people that teach me that I've never met. I'm online, I'm learning, I read, I'm everything because I want to be better. My father is going on to heaven now, but there are still things that I learned from people who are considered a father figure to me, that are older than me, that have more wisdom than me. And so I say that is not necessarily, I don't want to make it excuse because we can learn, because the truth is there are people who've been born into adverse situations. There's a guy who has no hands, plays the piano, a masterful piano player with his feet. With his feet. Now you're going to tell me with his toes. So what I'm saying is that it's all in us. It's what we decide we want to be. I've decided that I was going to be a good husband. I've decided I was going to be a good father. Decided I was going to be a good grandfather. And with that decision, that means that all I have to do is take the action. And the action is go find remember this, y'all. That which you seek seeks you. If you want to learn how to be better at something, we just got to stop making excuses and say, I was never taught that. I was born black, so I can't be rich. I can't go to school. Ain't nobody in my school ever been to college. Okay. That is a fact. That's a fact. But whether you go to college or not is a feeling.
Oh, say that again.
That may be a fact that nobody in your family went to college. But whether you go or not is simply your feeling. Because you can make it so I've decided that I'm going. I've decided I'm going to be this. You know, the word decision comes from the Latin root word desire, which means to cut off, to cut off other options. I was going to be a successful entrepreneur because I ain't have no other options. I was going to be a successful husband because I ain't have no other options. And when you don't give it, the problem is some of us have given ourselves too many options. And that's just the truth. And social media, you got so many options. Ooh, she fine. Ooh, he fine. Ooh, there go another one fine. I mean, what we do is that's why we devalue long-term relationships. Because if this one don't work, I'm going to swipe left.
Wow.
So
what advice would you give her in the end? What would you tell her to do? She's wanting to, she says she's, their relationship is getting deeper. She wants to, I guess, find ways. That was her way. She thought maybe, so what's two ways that she can seek to see if this is the right partner for her, other than him being kind to his mom?
Okay, number one, I would tell her to write down her top 10 core values.
Ooh.
Number one, write down what she values. Okay, do you value a person that spends most of their time with their family when they're not working? Write that down. And what I would tell her is go on an extensive journey, an inward journey to figure out what her core values are. Because a lot of times people don't even know their own core values.
I was just thinking about those standards.
They don't know their core values. All they know is the person make me feel good until they don't. Until they don't. So what I will say, your core value is your deep-seated belief. Your deep-seated beliefs about how you should live your life. how you should operate in this world.
That's good. Okay.
That's what a core value is. Okay. And so,
So 10.
yeah. So in our book, we wrote about core values, the Canyon culture. One of the core values that we have in our relationship. I have my own core values. You have your own core values. But what we did was come up with core values for our relationship. And one of them was we were going to operate our relationship, like our finances, like a business. If we didn't have the money, we weren't going to go in debt to do it. You know?
I remember and I don't do this so much anymore. I know you wish I would, but before I would spend a dime, I would call. Can I buy?
Well, we don't have to do it like
Can I
that
buy?
now. We've grown beyond that. So
Yeah,
you
and
and
so-
your friend, what was your friends say
Oh, they
when
were-
you were like,
they
I'm
didn't
gonna buy
like
this
that.
stuff?
Who money is it? It's our money. You know, I just would like it was. I didn't know what. Well, because I don't know the bills. That's something different. But like I didn't know what was due or because I don't know, and so I was never going to put us in a situation. You know, and it's important for us to save too. I never wanted to, but yeah.
I want to talk about that real quickly though. You said I don't know, and I want people to listen because somebody will misconstrue that shit right there.
What?
What you're talking about is because somebody like you don't know what go on there. See what it is in our house. We have roles, not gender roles. We have roles. My role is to handle the finances because I'm better at it. Her role is to make sure anything that come in this house get put up and assembled. No, I'm just being honest. And we have roles in our home, that make our home work.
That make up,
That make
It
our
works
home
for
work.
us.
So I want people to understand that. But we talk to, even though you may not know what to, you know everything about the finances because I've told you.
Well, I know everything about them. I just don't know like how much this bill
Yeah,
is.
I know,
and
yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like I don't.
But people misconstrue stuff like that,
okay.
and so I wanted to make sure. Just like I want to give you an example, just like this room that we're sitting in, and we've told the story, and I've told this story about when I came to you about this room. I wanted to turn it into a media room, and you were like, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to turn it back into a bedroom. I don't want to." And then then I said to you. And remember, our whole thing is if we want to do something, we have to explain to the other person why we want to do it because they're our business partner. But you remember what I said? I don't know why. I don't know why I want to do it. I just believe it's going to make us better. I just believe I'm going to reach, I didn't even say millions at the time. I believe I'm going to reach a lot of people. And you were against it. What made you decide to say yes? Because remember what I said. If you say no, we won't do it.
I don't think I don't remember. Never. I don't remember a time where I didn't support your dream. And
What about the vending machine? The vending machine.
I didn't say I didn't believe. I supported. I just was like, this is dumb as hell. But I supported it. But I don't have a clear, like, deep reason why. It was the way that you came to me. And you were not sure. And at the time, the issue was our finances. You know, we didn't have a lot of
put a lot of money in this.
Finances to redo the room. And so,
well, we had it, but you didn't want to allocate it.
Yeah, that's what I said. We didn't have it to redo the room. Like, like we had it, but not to redo the room. And so, but it was the way that you came to me.
Because it was a core value.
It was the way that you came to me.
One of my core values was that we need to invest in growth. That I'm saying it now that I understand it. I didn't quite understand it.
For me, it was just, I think for me, it was just that I believe in you. And even though you did not know the end of the story, we still don't know the end, but you didn't know what was going to come after that. I believed enough in you that I knew you weren't just going to do the room and it sit here. I knew you were going to do something with the room. But I never knew that it would turn into what it is. But it was just my belief in you.
Cool. So the first thing I didn't finish, the first thing I would say, write down her values.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is get him to write down his values. Ask him, because and if you don't know how to do that, reach out to me. I'll teach you how to do it. CoachKenCanion@gmail.com. But because here's the thing, we get in relationships and we really are not sure what the other person's core values are. We just know we love them.
Until we bump heads.
Until we
and then
bump
you're
heads.
like, you believe that?
You spent that much money on that?
You did that?
Right. Now, that's what that is. Yeah. So that's what I would tell her without going into a deep.
That was good. That was good.
That was deep thing, deep reasoning. All right, hold on. Now, let me read this time because you've been reading. I'm only going to do one question.
One question. Guys, this is our card game.
Beat up card game right now.
The moment of truth, because we use that one. The moment of truth.
Let me hold both of them.
It is a card game that we created to help you get to know a partner. It is fun to play with your girlfriends for girls' night. I like to play it at cousins' night. It's our favorite game at cousins' night. And so it...
Ooh,
he must have a great
right
one.
What we was talking about.
Right, what we was
See
talking
how God,
about.
look at God.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Okay, your spouse took money you were saving together and used it for a failed business venture that failed without telling you. You find out. You would. A, say it's okay, baby. We all make mistakes. B, leave your spouse because you feel he or she is deceitful. C, stay with your spouse if they agree to be removed from the account. Or D, find items of theirs to sell to replace the money.
I wouldn't do either one of those.
You wouldn't? But that's what we got. We just got 4 choices. We got 4 choices. All right, I'll say it again. Your spouse took money you were saving together and used it for a business venture that failed without telling you.
What if your spouse took money that you were saving together and went to the game in Atlanta?
Well, you ain't have much money then. So that could be replenished.
For the weekend. Balling out.
Oh, making it rain.
Strip clubs.
Making it rain.
Strip clubs. Bars. No, I'm just kidding. What you say? Who did that?
I was about to say they spending that much, but you know, but a lot of people try to ball out and be spending money that's stupid like that. So you know what? That could happen. So what you gonna do? A, say it's okay. We all make mistakes. B, leave your spouse because he or she is deceitful. C, stay with your spouse if they agree to be removed from the account. Or D, find items of theirs to sell.
If I had to choose one, it would be C.
Okay. Take them off the account?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to choose one, it would
And what
be
if they say I ain't getting off?
Then I would probably open up another account. Audience, what would you do? What A, B, C, or D? A was say it was okay. B was leave them. C was stay.
Take them off the account.
And take them off the account. D was
I got to find some stuff to sell.
I'm about to sell your stuff. Go give me your keys to your car.
They be like, not my gold chain. Oh, snap, y'all. Listen, y'all, this has been a great episode. That was a great question. I want to say, don't forget, this show was sponsored by PCC, Pocket Communication Coach. When you absolutely need to know how to say it, grab the PCC. I keep coming up with different ones. All right, pocketcommunicationcoach.com. Miss Canion.
Hey, thank you guys again for joining us on yet another Thursday evening. Take time to do something that's going to prolong your life. Go get it, because it ain't going to come get you. We're the Grand Canyons, and we are